Hello and welcome to my next chess video. Here I want to show you the WhatsApp chess game I played against Günther. I was white and I opened up the game with e4. He played the move c5, so the Sicilian defense. I will focus on the middle game here because it was quite interesting. The opening was also, well, it was the Najdorf. It's always interesting, the Najdorf. Here, for example, the engine gives bishop d5 as main move, but as top move. But bishop b3 is also nice. Bishop b7, f3. Here, castling is the main move, but f3 is also playable. g6, bishop e3, bishop g7, queen d2, castles, queenside castles, knight d7. Here I expected at some point he would go knight c5, which is in fact the best plan, at least according to Stockfish. Well, I went to king b1, and here he played rook c8. He should have gone for knight c5, going after the bishop that way, but okay, rook c8. Here I played bishop h6. He played knight e5. Still, knight c5 going after the bishop was a little bit better. Here I am +3 with the move I played. h4, I'm better here. He played knight c4, and here I should have grabbed the knight. I played queen g5, and here it starts to get interesting, this game. I played queen g5. Here the line with bishop takes c4, rook takes c4, takes, and h5. He goes e5, I take here. This is quite insane, this line. He sacrificing the knight, he would take it. I have that check, he goes there, and I go here attacking the rook. He goes there. And now g4, threatening g5 with mating him on h7. So he takes the other knight, I go g5. He cannot move the knight because of the mate, so he has to give up the bishop. So if I now take the knight, he just goes back and everything is defended, and he is still up material. So I take the bishop, he still can't move the knight. He goes queen here. And now I attack the rook. He takes this, I take the knight. Now his queen is covering this square. He goes back with the rook. I go a4, a3, and this is how the line ends. And white should be better. But okay, this is just a disgusting engine line. With queen here, g3. The other thing is g takes is also fine. Also quite nice. Queen takes e4, b3, rook c5, and a3. It's the same actually. So white should be better there. But okay, I played the move queen g5, and here he went for knight h5, and I went knight f5, which is not good. Not because of what he played. Well, what he played gives him a slight edge, but what I also mentioned is that I missed bishop f6, which is the best move, because after bishop f6 I have to move the queen, and now knight takes here. If I take with the king, then he is twice on the knight, and I should be lost here. So yeah, if I haven't seen the continuation with knight takes this, I only thought about knight e5, which is also quite strong because queen h3, and now he just takes the knight and he's up material. And after bishop takes rook, queen takes, this is also what I showed in the live coverage. Now g4, and this is where my line ended, and I thought, okay, this is probably better for black, but it's still a complicated position. But after queen g4, knight b2 is just better than 95, because it removes one of the defenders of my king, and that's it pretty much. But after f6 he still has an advantage. I go queen g4, he goes queen c7, and now I am back on track. I am back on being better. He should have grabbed it. This is one option, and the position, this is also what I slightly showed here, not so far, but yeah, this is equal. The other option of the queen g4 is to take off my bishop, I take with check. He goes there, I check him again, he goes in the corner, threatening the knight, so I go back. Now he forks me. This was always my fear, this fork, as I always mentioned in the live coverage, and now I can fork him back. He goes here, I go there, he sacrifices the rook, but anyway, takes the rook back, takes my knight, take here, and also this position should be better for black, but white can most probably hold it. But okay, he played queen c7, and now it's plus 4.5 again. I took, which is the best move, he takes back, and I played h5, which is again the best move. He played g5, and I played bishop g7, because I think my fear was knight here, but this knight is pinned, so I could have gone for f4, which was my plan all along. And after e6, this fork is now available again. So I take, he goes f5, because if he forks me now, then the problem is I play bishop takes check, he goes knight takes, check, he blocks with the queen, I take the queen and go g6, and I am up material, and it's pretty much over for him. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pawns. He only has 5 pawns. His rook is hanging. We can exchange rooks, but then I'm still up 2 pawns, so it should be better for me. But okay, the line continues with f5. I takes with the rook, and now I push g6 anyway and try and come to his king. So this is one option I could have gone for, but okay, the Najdorf is so complicated, and we really played fast. Well, not so fast. I think the game took like 1 hour or 1.5 hours, so we could have seen this kind of stuff, at least some of it. But okay, he captured. I played bishop takes because this knight was really annoying me, but after bishop takes knight, the position is again equal. I played h6. He went in the corner. I played rook d2 because b4 was threatened. He went rook c7, and I went f4, which is a mistake in that position, but I always wanted to play f4, and I thought it's the right move there. But rook c1 is just what you should do. a5, queen here, and the position should be a little bit better for black, but you can't say. Probably it's equal. f4 is, now it's better for black again. He played b4, which is not the strongest move. He should have captured the pawn immediately, because I cannot grab this pawn, because if I grab it, then he has bishop takes, c2, and my queen is undefended. So after bishop takes, I would have to play my queen back, threatening the bishop. The bishop moves back, and he just won a pawn, and in that endgame, or queenless middle game, whatever you call it, black is better. Maybe not immediately winning, but at least better. But okay, he played b4, and now I should have gone for knight d5, as Günther mentioned in the when he called me, or he wrote me, why not knight d5, because I played knight d2. Knight d5 would kept the game equal, because I feared this kind of stuff, but I get the pawn back with rook f1. And if he goes e5, which is a bad move, I just take en passant, and he just gave me a pawn and still can't save that one. And if he goes rook here, then rook e2, and if he defends that one as well, then b3. If he keeps on defending everything, then rook e1, and yeah, he can take this. But rook e7, rook e7, rook e7, I'm threatening mate. His pawn structure is ruined. And king g8, check, and taking this, and it should be better for me. And if he goes back in the corner, then I have rook there, threatening mate again, and also the pawn here, so it should be better for white. But anyway, if he doesn't save it, if he plays like a5 or something, I would just grab back the pawn, and it's around even the position. But I played knight e2, because I thought I'll lose a pawn anyway, so I thought keeping the queens on the board is the better option. But okay, rook here, and now bishop d5. Black is still better, but in the live coverage I mentioned b3, and I thought he will play this, and this is better than what he played. Not instantly winning, but at least better what he played. He played a move which is still better for black, but this would have been more even better. Queen back, I grab this, and now rook g8, which we discussed also in the on the phone. This move, if I take this pawn, then rook g8 is always coming. I also mentioned this during the live coverage. Queen a3, he grabs it with the rook, knight here, and yeah, not only that I'm down material, he has one extra pawn, but also his pieces are much more active. But okay, he played bishop d5, I played b3, he counterattacked my queen, I played queen g3, he played queen here, and yeah, queen c5 would have offered him more winning chances, but okay. Not this is also good, but now it's around equal, not with what I played. I played that one, and he played rook c3, which is again not the best. But here I should have gone for queen for g takes, f takes immediately, and doing something like that. But anyway, where were we? Okay, we were here. Played queen e4. I played knight d4. I just wanted to safeguard this pawn by a lot, because, and also then I thought the knight here is pretty strong, and I'm threatening rook here to secure queen and bishop. But okay, he played rook there, and now the position is again around equal. I thought he can't take on f4, which he can't because the bishop would hang after all, but he should have gone for bishop c8, and after fg5, queen here, offering queen trade, declining it, and now taking this pawn with the queen, and now rook e1, and yeah, this rook is covering the pawn. He can go e5 at some point, kicking my knight. This bishop is not blocking the pawn or blocking the rook's defense to the pawn or anything like that. So this is a improved version of the game continuation, where he takes the pawn also at some point, but with a worse, it's not so good. Then this is better than what happened in the game. But okay, he played rook c3, attacking my queen. If I go rook here, he has queen takes knight, and if I takes my queen, and he is up a minor piece, so this is not on. So after rook c3, I went queen f2, and he is again a little bit better. Should have gone rook here immediately, and after he takes my knight, I take here, he takes there, I take his bishop. The material is around equal, but yeah, this endgame should be, yeah, the material is even. This endgame, if the engine gives 0.00, so completely even, but for me I think white is a little bit better because the rooks are just more active, and I'm threatening, well, I'm threatening nothing, but he can pick up this pawn at some point. I can maybe go for that pawn, so it's not so clear. Probably it's even, as the engine says. Not probably, it's even, but I would prefer white here. But anyway, I could play queen f2, which is not that bad. He played bishop d7. This move I really, also when we talked after the game via WhatsApp, I mentioned the move bishop here, but I also doubt this. But he should have gone for queen, pawn takes g4. Let's shortly cover that one. It's not that great either, because I can take the e7 pawn anyway. So, but the queen f2, he should take on f4, and after I do something like this, he is a little bit better, but probably I can hold. Okay, he played bishop d7, and now I'm better. Played g takes, which is not the best. Now it's even again. I should have gone there immediately, and after this, yeah, this is a nice move, that one, because he can't take because of the checkmate. So 1 2 3 4 5 versus 1 2 3 4 5, but my position is much more active. The d pawn is hanging, the a pawn is weak, the rook is hanging, so yeah, this is probably not that great. If he defends this, it doesn't help because I take it anyway, because if he takes back, then this is mate again. The form pawn covers the escape square. So okay, this is what I should have gone for, but I played the move fg5, probably a little bit too fast. He can't take because the rook is hanging with checkmate, so I played queen e3, and I went rook there, and he grabbed that pawn, which is a mistake. He should have gone for the end game and go for something like this, where he suffers, but he can survive, most probably. But he played queen g5, and I grabbed this with an attack on the bishop. He moved the bishop to g4, which is not the greatest of all moves, but he is still worse after bishop c8. But anyway, he played there, and now I played a couple of top engine moves, which are pretty obvious, at least to me. Rook g7, he played this, and I played queen f4, attacking the bishop 2 times. Bishop d1 to save the bishop. Yeah, but then queen f6 comes anyway. He played this, and now it's a mate in 7 with queen takes f6, which is the best move. He played queen e5, and if I move the rook with a discovered check, he takes my queen, but I can play rook e7, which is nice because it's a check, so he has to react to that. If he goes to g8, I have queen here check, followed by mate on h7. So queen takes, and now I can take the rook, and he has nowhere to go. He has to give up the queen, and this is checkmate. This is how it should have ended, and I don't feel very good about me because I missed that, and I thought about this pretty hard. But okay, what I played is winning as well, because we went into an endgame where I am just up 2 pawns, and here he resigned. Yeah, I could have ended the game in a pretty nice fashion, but I missed it. Okay, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Ciao.